Hey guys, it's the Bro Kage here, and I here to talk about a Naruto game. And well, it's my idea for a Naruto game that I think we're all been waiting for. It's kind of like the zombie genre. There's a game called Dead Matter that's coming out. That's an open world kind of RPG that everybody's been wanting, and every game that we got so far has been a letdown. So, same thing with the Naruto genre. We haven't seen an open world game, and we haven't seen many games. We've seen Shinobi Striker, but it's not what was expecting. Obviously, I can't. Everybody can't get what they want. Some people just want fighter games, but I could say for myself that a lot of people could agree that we would want an open world Naruto game. Now, for an idea for a Naruto game in my eyes would be basically the whole Naruto world that's open. And I don't want to be in the time of Naruto still alive. I don't want that to be. And some people might disagree with me. I want basically the whole world except a whole different layout of people. I want a different Raikage. I want a different Kages. I want a different. If you choose to be in the Leaf, I don't want. I want it to be like basically me starting off on a new beginning, not like I could go to Kakashi and almost get him to train me, and I don't want that. And I'm not talking about like. Let's just say it's after all the events of Naruto. And let's say Naruto and everybody else died probably like many years, like a couple of decades after. But I don't want anything to do with Boruto. Don't get me wrong, the mangas are pretty good. They're decent to me. But I hate the whole I don't remember what it was. It was that whole thing where you could take a pill or you could do something to get yourself a Gekkei Genkai for a short period of time, I think it was. Or dojutsu, or like I remember something of the sort, but I don't want none of that. I want to work my way from the bottom to the top in a game. And now I'm going to be in this series, I'm going to be talking about different things that I would want in the game. Now, this is a very big project somebody would take up, because first off, there's so many possibilities. There is different nature types. You can mix two nature types. You could mix three nature types. You could like there's lava release, fire. No, there's the basic ones: fire, lightning, wind, earth, and water. I was about to say fire again, but you have those four basic ones, and you can combine them to get stuff like wood style. You could get lava style, boiling, magnet release. I meant to say wood release. I meant to say release for all of them. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. But I want there to be now. You're gonna like. I know there's people smart enough to create a system for this. Like all the jutsus that there is in just base series in manga, and there's so many. That's why they should do something like how I would think patches, or not patches, packs or DLCs. There should be, you get the base game out, okay? See how people like it, okay? You have the base water style, like you have the fireball jutsu, you could have the water bullet jutsu, you could have the mud wall, you could have the the basic. Then you should come out with the fire release DLC or pack. So you have more advanced and more Pacific. Basically as many as you could get in you would want to release. Same thing with water. Same thing. And I also think since there's so many jutsus, like there's the three main ones. There's regular ninjutsu, taijutsu, and genjutsu. So what do you do about all those? Obviously, you can't have each one. You can have the basics of each one, but you can't really have put all of that in just one thing. So there would be packs or DLCs. I'm just gonna go with packs for now on. So when I say packs, DLC, or yeah. So I would think you would have packs that ninjutsu packs, taijutsu packs, and genjutsu packs. Okay, and I'm gonna get into dojutsus in a minute. So with taijutsu, there'll be like maybe the 8 gates pack, or with genjutsu the genjutsu pack. I don't know too much about genjutsu. You can also have the yin and yang release pack, or yin release pack, or whatever. So I think there should be, somebody's gonna need to figure a way to make the skill system. I don't want a level up system. I want a level up system, but I want you work and train and you use it enough, like any RPG, and you get more proficient in it. Like my ideas for in the data books, they have the I think for stats they have genjutsu, tai, ninjutsu. You have signs, I think also chakra, and I think speed. So my idea is that for ninjutsu, you know how I think that Toby Rama took like a jutsu that took like off the top of my head I think 12 and brought it down to 3. So if you have a high enough skill in seals, you'll be able to turn like a jutsu, like the majestic flame jutsu that Madara uses, that he used. I really believe it was 1. He used the horse sign, and then he basically, it took multiple proficient water style release users to even combat it. So I was thinking that when you learn like the I think it's the water dragon jutsu in the Zabuza arc, that when Kakashi and Zabuza was using like that 27 hand sign water dragon jutsu, if you have proficient up skill and in chakra control, you'll be able to turn something like that into like 5, or maybe if you get so powerful you could turn it into 1. Now, how, like with all the jutsus, I want to get to this point, that I think we should be allowed, like how in Skyrim they had the whole, not in Skyrim, in I think it was in Morrowind, correct me if I'm wrong, you be able to create your own spells, and the more powerful the spell was, the more magicka you use. So it could be the same thing in this game. There could be, with enough training, like how Kakashi was trying to master the Rasengan and then made the Chidori. Now, you could create your own jutsu, but you could also combine other elements. Like, let's say you made something like the Chidori. You could put fire and replace it with fire release. So you can have fire coming from your hand. You know what I mean? And the more powerful, like the majestic flame jutsu, Madara basically, he did deep forest emergence, basically by clapping his hands together, and this big force around all the Kage. And then he used, I think it was majestic flame on the whole thing, and it started burning. Now that's a powerful jutsu just to do with one hand on. So if you have a high enough skill and enough chakra control, that chakra cost will go down. So basically, to try to do like the Shadow Clone Jutsu, you either gonna need to be born or somehow be blessed in the beginning game. I don't know how it will work. Okay, I might figure out a way, but if anybody watches this and listens to this, tell me if you think there's a better way to, like, how to put this. I'm sorry. I'm thinking off the top of my head here. You'd be able to, yeah, like how you want the RPG game to run, like how you want to be born, how you want to, like if you want to be born in a certain clan, if you want to be born in your own clan, if you want to be an orphan with a clan, like how, like damn, I hit my mic. Like how the like Naruto Uzumaki was basically the last few in his clan, but he was an orphan. But you could have like a clan that's a big clan or a small clan, and how would that generate? And how would you create the symbol for the clan? There's all these different things that could probably be a pack. But should have the base clans like the Uchiha, the Hyuga, the Uzumaki. And now, since I'm talking about the Uchiha and Hyuga, let's get into Dojutsu. Now, a lot of people had this problem with Shinobi Strikers, that they say everybody's going to want to be Uchiha, oh, Uchiha this, Uchiha that. But the thing is, if you were an Uchiha, that doesn't mean you're going to be able to get the Sharingan. The only way to unlock your Sharingan, like Sasuke, he got it when he saw his brother killing everybody in the his clan. I forgot how Itachi got his. But yeah, like you have to, like Sadara, she had excitement to probably see her father, I believe it was, in Boruto. So she unlocked the Sharingan at that moment. It's emotion. So I don't know how you would do that, and even if you get it, you'll still have that one Toma. And for those who don't know, the Toma is that little like you know how the six thing on the Sage of Six Paths, how he has those like comma looking things? Yeah, those are Toma. And so you would just have that. Then with the constant use of it and training, you unlock the second one. Then you would have the fully evolved one after some more use of it is a sixth Toma. Then you have the Makiko Sharingan, which I believe the Makiko Sharingan should still have the same effects as a regular one. That's why you need to be able to get the internal Makiko Sharingan. And same thing with the Byakugan. If you're born in the main branch, as I believe how it works, you'll be able to have the Byakugan. I also think that if you were to kill somebody with it, you can still steal their eyes. But to be by yourself, you have to have medical ninjutsu. Yeah. Or you could just take the eyes. Like how Danzo, after the massacre, I believe he had like a bunch of those eyes stored up and put a bunch of them on him. Oh, I just remember. Okay, the main ones I think they should have like sections for, like you know how I'm gonna make a lot of references to Elder Scrolls, like how they have in the different type of magic. There's the destruction, regenerate, respiration. Haven't played it in a good minute. Well, if you understand what I'm saying, yeah, destruction, respiration, illusion, alteration, all these things. I think there should be ninjutsu, taijutsu, genjutsu, sealing, summoning, medical. I think those should be like different branches. Like if you had a skill tree, air quote, you would have these different sections and you would click on that and then you would go to the different sections. Like in ninjutsu, you would have all these other ones. And then in taijutsu, you click on that and you have all of this. Genjutsu, sealing, like if you get proficient enough in sealing and chakra control, you'll be able to do the Reaper Death Seal. Okay, but you have to implement a way in the game for you to reasonably learn that. Now, either if we set it in a world like decades after Naruto, not including Boruto, I would think the Uzumaki clan to a certain extent would be back. Or you could go somewhere, or through your travels you could learn basic sealings. And I'm gonna get to another point about the tailed beast in a minute. But you could learn sealing strong enough to seal the tailed beast in something, or in a scroll, or in a like how Obito summoned the QB, the nine-tailed fox, in the middle of the Leaf Village. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of all this at the top of my head. I'm trying to keep it decent pace. And yeah, you could also learn Sage Mode. You could learn 100 healings if you want to, or a variant of it. You can have so much chakra control and so much chakra that you could be able to do it like not even in 3 years like Sakura had to do it. If you had enough ow, I hit my foot. If you had enough chakra like Hashirama, which is probably going to be really hard, you have to be blessed at the beginning of the game to get it. But if you were to get something like that, or at least a decent amount of chakra, you could be able to do it in half the time. Okay? Or you could create a jutsu that, or with chakra control, that could be the chakra reserve perk. That you'll be able to pour a bunch of chakra and save it for a later date, as your regular chakra reserve would still fill up. So, yeah, and I think there should be packs for Genju. I'm going everywhere. I'm sorry, but as you're listening to this, you probably think I'm going to go this way, but as I'm talking, I'm going this way. I didn't really make a script. I just made a list of things I want to talk about. And I think each game, when you create a character, you could choose to start off as a kid, or you could choose out to start off as like a certain age, as a wandering ninja. It's either that, or you start off in a village. And I think it would be better if you start off as a kid, okay? Not in the academy. I'm talking about like a smaller child. And then I think there should be time skips to a certain extent that you are allowed to skip. Like, let's say you're 4 years old, and Naruto universe is kind of weird, the aging, where kids, how smart they get, or how yeah, I think you should be like, and if there's a way that you could probably graduate from like Itachi, I think you should get enough skill that you can even be recruited for the Anbu. You could graduate early. You could take Chunin exams. And I think there should be, in each village, they should have that system of you become part of a team. And each character that you have on your team would be kind of different, like the sensei. But I think it should be set up like how the third Hokage did it, like Ino Shikamaru and Choji. They would put on teams with Asuma, Sarutobi, which basically in the lore of Naruto, Sarutobis have been teaching, are the ones who teach the all three of those clans and give them their earrings. If you know what I'm talking about, you understand your lore at least a good bit as me. So there should be that type of system, and each, like, if you're proficient in sensory, like let's say, or you have the dojutsu, or as you were training as a kid you found a knack for it, you'll be put in some type of sensory one, or it could be randomized. But I think you should have those two other characters and your sensei to be fleshed out. Like, there should be a wide selection of a good bit of them in each village, but it should be randomized, except each one that is randomized is fleshed out to the extent, like the conversations, the thing you can ask. Like, if I want to ask my teacher, like, I want a teacher that could teach me, or I could get a teacher. Oh, I'm sorry, I cracked my knuckles. Or I could get a teacher that doesn't really teach me much. But if I get a teacher like Kakashi, I would I said not Kakashi himself. But if I was to get somebody like that, I would want to be able to ask him to teach me something, or like ask him to teach me in general. Like, my guy is a taijutsu specialist. I would want him to teach me how to use weapons. And also, I think there should be let me expand on the perks thing. I told you the basic ninjutsu to medical to sealing to summoning, and I think there should also be the weapons tree, which is basically like the kunai, the shuriken, the swords, how proficient you are on them. To the point, like if you're in the mist, you could become one of the 7 ninja swordsmen if you really wanted to, or you could kill one of the 7 ninja swordsmen, and if you're proficient enough, you could become one of them. Basically, handle the weapon correctly. I also think you should be allowed to rise the ranks if you really wanted to, and this is where the RPG aspect comes in. If you really wanted to, you could become Hokage. If you really want to, leave your village and abandon it and become a rogue ninja. Okay? But I think people should understand the aspects of their actions. Let's say you start killing people. Okay, left and right. At first, if you keep yourself hidden, you should be good. But sooner or later, you would slip up. Or if the Anbu gets involved in any of the villages, or somebody escapes and tells somebody, you better hope you had a mask on, because, and I think they should also have that aspect too. It was like in Skyrim, if you, I like to role play in Skyrim because I love those types of games. I get immersed, and I had like a mask on, one of those wooden masks. I had a mod that I could get one of those Dragon Priest masks so I can make it my own, and I got me like this dark Dragon Priest mask, and if y'all don't know what it is, y'all can look it up. But I had one of those, and I put me my thief suit, my custom thief armor that basically allowed me to sneak better. But I got caught, and then when I ran out, what would have been perfect in that game is, like, it's kind of like, if any of y'all know, the Gray Fox was basically, if y'all don't know, in the Thieves Guild, there was the Daedra, or Daedra, I think, Daedric princess, Nocturnal cursed a thing that, or it was a blessing. I'm trying to explain this so people who don't know that basically when you had it on, all the crimes that you did while wearing the mask, people won't know it was you. That's how masks work. It's like the Anbu. If an Anbu member attacked you, or somebody with a mask attacked you, you're not going to know right away once you see them who they are. Unless you have dojutsu and you're able to see chakra. And then probably you could get it. Maybe there should be some way like that you could know who somebody is. But do y'all get my point? I want there to be a battle like Obito when he wore the yellow mask when he fought Minato. You think he knew who Obito was? I think he would have recognized Obito even though he was a little older. Or like when Kakashi seen Tobi, which was also Obito. It's not like he recognized who it was. If it was, the story would have went a totally different way. But I think there should be, to a certain extent, like, I think your mask could break if you're in a fight. Or maybe like some way, like, you gotta watch out, because I think your mask could break. Like, let's say you're trying to protect yourself from a kunai and you block it, and you keep blocking it, but there's that micro chance that it could slip through. So it would hit you in the mask, and there's a chance it could break the mask to a certain extent. Like maybe the top if it hits your top forehead, it could crack the top forehead part. Not like it hits it and then it just snaps into a million pieces. But if somebody hits you with a sword in the face, and in Naruto logic, you're not dead. Same thing if you like electrocute somebody with like lightning circus, they're not dead, which is kind of stupid, but it's anime. So we're not gonna question it. Hit you in the face, so it breaks in half, and it falls off, or half of it falls off. Then they'll know who you are. Or if you have it, or you could be followed until you take the mask off. That's why you need to watch out. You need to make sure you're clear. And also there should be And there's another one for the tree perk tree, the sensory. Like Toby Rama, he didn't have a dojutsu, but they said he was basically like a sensory god because he was very good. Like Madara, even when he was blind, I think they said he was very good at sensory. So you would be able, if you have it high enough, you could be able to check your surroundings even better. Where was I going with this? I go everywhere. I had a kind of like a air quote script. But yeah, as we were talking about masks, clothing. Now don't get me wrong. I like some of the like the 7 Ninja Swordsman weapons. Obviously you can still have that. Like a lot of the signature weapons, like Sasuke's grass cutter. I think you should add that in there too. Minato's kunai, I think there should be a certain extent you have that, and you can even have your own custom ones. But I don't want, to a certain extent, to have a lot of the old characters' clothes in there. I want them to be custom clothes, basically. For mask, I want to be able to, like, maybe there's a mask pack, which gives us a bunch of masks, like Ambu, this and that, besides from the base ones, like, let's say the Sand Village Ambu. They had like horns on their stuff, like looking like the I forgot what that demon was in Japan called, but whatever. Okay, I want to be able like to customize it or have like layouts for my mask, and I want to be able to wear a hood with my mask. I want to be able to wear this and that. I want to be able to wear rings on each finger. Now, obviously, you won't have enchantments, but if I want to, I want to have rings on each finger to customize my character. Or I will want to have, like, a gauntlet on this hand and maybe, like, wrappings on my other hand. Like, I want them to be customization to as much extreme as possible. And if I'm a part of a clan, let's say, like, how Naruto, when he destroyed his old jacket, basically, Jiraiya bought him a new one, and it had the Uzumaki logo on the back. I want that certain amount of customization. If I'm part of a clan or I have my own clan, I want to be able to have it on my clothing anywhere I want. Like if it's a little spot on the front near my heart, or if I want it on the back, or I want it on a weapon, like the Uchiha fan. Maybe I would want some weapon like that. I'm gonna get to weapon in a minute, but I would want one on my fan. Or on a sword like not Itachi's, Sasuke's grass cutter. He has that little Uchiha symbol. I want a symbol of my own too on there. And I think it would be easier to have your own custom clan symbol if you're on computer. But I don't know how much to extent if they have it on console. But I'm thinking on computer, on PC. I'm saying computer, PC basically. That's a technical air quote word for that. But now let me get in. Now, brain fart. Now, if we're talking about custom clothes, I also want to talk about custom weapons. If you get the idea of custom clothes, I'll probably go into it in detail in its own video. But custom weapons. Maybe I want my own like big anime sword, or I would want my own special kunai, like how Minato has his 3-edged kunai with his own ceiling thing. I want to be able to have one explosive kunai. I want my own explosive shuriken. I want demon wind shuriken. I want the base ones. But I also want to have customizable ones. I forgot what it was, but there was an episode where they were talking about this village that basically made all the ninja weapons. That's where the chakra blades came from. That's where it was something about that was very important in the beginning of Shippuden. But maybe you could visit there, or you could visit a regular blacksmith, or however the world is set up. Maybe if they are blacksmiths, there should be a bell to a certain extreme. Like the chakra blades, I don't think there should be a bell to make those really. Because, well, I think it's a specific metal that they need. So if you want something to more customizable, you would go to that village. And obviously it would cost. But like, I want to be able to like put lightning on my sword. I want to be able to basically infuse chakra to my thing so I could throw it and bring it back to me, or I could like throw it and basically guide it with my hand with chakra strings and move it somewhere else because I infused it with chakra and it's easier to do. Also, with chakra control, you be able to use chakra strings, like basically what they use to control puppets, and also what Sasuke used during his fight with Itachi when he threw the Demon Wind Shuriken and he started pulling it. Also, yeah, I want those, but also let's get into the puppet jutsu. That should be its own pack. That should be the basic. Like, I'm talking about like one puppet that you could control. But what was I thinking? Yeah, I think the way that, I don't know if I talked about like how you would attack, but I want it to be a stop to a certain extent. Like, you should have a hot bar for jutsu. But I'm thinking of the controller. Let's see. I have my PS controller. You can even hook it up to your PC, your controller, but I would think it'd be more fun to attack people with my the controller. So like, if I was to press my hot bar and I was to use the little, I forgot what it was called. I feel stupid now. But if I was to scroll to like a certain one on my hot bar, like number 2 on my hot bar, and I was to press this button, I would be able to, depending on my control and my speed of hand signs, I keep pressing certain button and I'll hold it down. And that's also the aspect I'm talking about. Like, not your jutsus are not gonna take, especially for high level jutsus, is not gonna take a microsecond to do. You gotta probably take time. The longer time you take, the more chance you get getting hit. I believe you can still move, but you're still restricted by your hand signs. And I also had an idea for you make a shadow, since shadow clones, they say you memorize, and any damage too you get from it, you get to the regular person. So I would think if you infuse chakra by using seals in a shadow clone, let's say you go higher in the trees and you make a bunch of them, like a decent amount, you all come out, and obviously if the person doesn't have a Sharingan, they wouldn't notice that one of your other ones are still in the trees. That's how I'm doing hand signs right now. Or in the trees. In the trees. Yeah, in the trees. I'm sorry, I'm going by head here. And they made all the signs for it, and then they release the shadow, they go poof, whatever they do. And then basically you already have the last hand sign up. Let's say you're using a fire jutsu and you have the sign for a horse, and you just go fire everywhere, and they wouldn't even know that you had done that. I just wanted to say my idea for that. But let's get into the QB, or the tailed beast. Now, I think there should be a restriction to what you start off with. I think if anybody wants to, I wouldn't want to be started off with a tailed beast. I won't, because I want to gain my own strength and all that. But later down the line, I would want to find a tailed beast, and I have a high enough ceiling and I'm strong enough, I will be able to want to seal it in me. And I want to be able to capture, if I want to, all the tailed beasts and do the infinite Tsukiyomi thing if I really wanted to. Or at least capture all the tailed beasts and become the 10-tailed Jinchuriki. And basically become a god in that world. That's the end goal, I believe, in the game. To a certain extent, I would want to become the most powerful one. And then to a point where I get bored with it, like nobody could challenge me. And I would want to just start a whole new world. But I believe that would take a while for that to happen, because I want it to be like, you have to work on it. Like, you have to keep using it and you got to train for it. But if I want to capture like 2 tailed beasts inside me, which would probably kill most people, but I would also, with the risk of having it, like if you were born with it, there's the risk of somebody wanting to come to you and capture it or extract it. if it's extracted from you, unless you're lucky enough like Gara, you will survive. Well, you won't survive. So that's the risk of. That's why people need to understand in this game I have envisioned. There's risk for things you do. Let's say you slaughter a bunch of people in your village. You're not gonna survive. Or you're gonna be on the run. Now, I'm talking about like how Hidan, many nations were after him. That's why he joined the Akatsuki. Because a part of his religion to kill people. So people were after him. So you have that risk. Especially if you can't sense like Ambu coming or something like that. I think of Ambu because of the special ops. But yeah, if you get my point. So if you want to seal more tail beasts inside you, then yeah. And if you seal the 10 tails inside, that means you had to kill the recent Jinchuriki. Like I believe there's a chance that one randomized tailed beast. Like there's 5 great nations and there's 9 tailed beasts. That's not distributed evenly. Some like random villages have them, but I think each village should have their own. Or if you're in a certain village in a certain time, or you kill the current Jinchuriki, first you gotta extract it, because if you kill them, it's gonna be like the 3 tails all over again, where it dies but it comes back. Or you do that, but then you're gonna have to figure out where it's at, where it comes back at, and if you're the first one there, because the village is gonna want to get their tail beast back. But if you extract the tail beast and then you seal it inside you, you also have to deal with the village. But you could do that. Or if you kill, like, I think it was Hans. No, not Hans. I forgot his name. The one in Naruto, the son, the Jinchuriki of Son Goku, and he was just in a random village. So you could go and kill him and fight him, and extract him. Like let's say you come up with a sealing jutsu like called God Chains, with like golden chains, kind of like the Uzumaki chains. I forgot what it was called. Comes out of you and like holds down the tailed beast as you seal them inside you. Or if you have a dojutsu, or let's go back. Okay, I'm about to go back to dojutsu. These are so hard words to say. Dojutsu in a minute. So you better do that. So that's my idea for tailed beast and all of that. And also, if you want to, you can release a tailed beast on a village. If you want to. And like this same thing. Oh, wouldn't they find out? As long as you're wearing a mask, most likely, they wouldn't find out. But you can still be followed if you run. But, like dojutsu, the Sharingan, like I said, not everybody's going to be able to unlock it. Not everybody's going to be able to use it to the full extent. Not everybody's going to have, like, Fukaku's Sasuke's dad. They say he could solo Madara. I still never did some research on how strong he was. They say he could solo Madara. Nobody ever saying that you're gonna be that strong, but nobody says you could not be. Let's say you unlock the Mangekyo Sharingan. Okay, I believe you shouldn't be able to use Itachi's special thing, Genjutsu Tsukiyomi. No, I'm not saying you shouldn't be able to use Kamui. It's the same. I'm saying because every single one has a specific one. I think you should have Susanoo if you're really good at it, but I think you should have a wide select. The creators of the game should make a wide selection of Susanoos, okay? And then randomize it to you. Okay, or yeah, it should be randomized. Same thing with the special abilities. I think you should have fleshed out abilities to like let's say 20 of them. Okay? Randomize it to a certain person. Like you unlock I hit my microphone. You unlock the Mangekyo Sharingan. You should be able to have your specific ability. You can have something like Kamui. I had an idea for something that sucks. You could summon like a portal that summons it to your own space time, which is kind of like Kamui, but Kamui kind of sucks things up. It's not like a specific. I had an idea for a black and red portal that's like a orb, but has like a vortex of like space and time sucking into it, and it just like reach out lightning and grabs things and pulls it in. Something like that. And I think there should also be space and time jutsus, like your own pocket dimension that you're about to master. Or like how Kaguya had like 20 of them. I think you should be able to like seal things there, or be able to I'm also going to get to summoning jutsus in a minute. I'm everywhere with this, but I just wanted to get this video out here. And be able to like I forgot where I was. I'm going to go I'm going to go to what I was about to say about summoning and sage art. If you you should have the chance to be trained by the toads. You should have a chance to be trained by the snakes. There should be a bunch. They should create like a pack. They should have the basics, but should create like a pack that has a bunch of them, but fleshed out. I had an idea in you could call me a nerd, but me and my friends had an idea for a D&D Naruto game, and I don't know what time this week when I'm recording this, if it's gonna be Friday or something, that we're gonna do it. But I was making my own kind of universe ideas. I was thinking of my friend, his summoning is gonna be a wolf. Now I had an idea for the Fang Forest, the Dofang King, which is basically like kind of like the like how they have the white snake, basically the top dog, pun intended. And of all of them, and you be able to like summon a whole pack of wolves. Like I had an idea for Sage Art summoning 100 wolves. No, summoning 100 wolves, and Sage Art summoning 1,000 wolves. Or Sage Art summoning Dofang. And basically I also had the Sage mode, which basically kind of gave you a dojutsu, was like kind of perks. It basically became like a wolf's eye, and it also gave you the perk of instinct, which basically allowed you like unconsciously, like somebody threw a kunai and then you block it in time, you could hurry up and move, basically like ultra instinct, like from Dragon Ball, excuse me, but kind of dumbed down and it's not automatic. But what was I thinking? But yeah, you should have that Sage Art, but it should be hard. Only like if you think about it, Sage Art isn't that easy. First off, they have to agree to train you, and if you even get past that, doesn't mean you might even turn into one of those the summoning animal you trying to summon. But also, like I was saying, yeah, have stuff fleshed out like that. At least have a good, like I said, 20 of them, whole like area, like how they had Mount Miyaboku. They should have like the Dofang Force. They should have like this and that you'll be able to have a chance. Like if you reverse summon, if like I had like I was saying, the idea, I was gonna set up the story for him to get knocked out in the story, and then he wakes up being dragged by a bunch of wolves to the Dofang Forest, and basically they should have the summoning animals should have their own intentions for trading you if they do choose. If it's a prophecy they believe in, if their leader told them to, like the reason why the Dofang and all the other wolves want to train my friend in the game is because they want action. They're wolves. They want to hunt. They want to do this and that, and they want to live up to their former glory. So basically they would have that, and maybe you could be sinking down to the bottom of an ocean and you wake up somewhere else. Like there's all opportunities. Like I want you to be able to, like, you could be on a mission, or you could be on your personal mission to go do something or something very important, and I want a chance for you to get knocked out and you fall into the ocean. They think you're dead, and I want that to continue until you make your presence known and you make somebody like. And that's also a aspect real quick I want to add. I want people, like, a chance for you to make people think you're dead. Let's say you have the Sharingan, for just example, like I think it was Izanagi or the other one, that even though you will lose your eye, like Madara did when he set it his eyes up, so when he died, not long after, he would reverse back and still be alive. So let's say you were to do that, and people thought you were dead. So you're back, but until you make your presence known, like people thought, excuse me, people thought Obito was dead. Same thing like we're going back to the mask. People thought Obito was dead, but as long as you keep your identity sealed, nobody would know who you are. So, and also, like I was saying, that also gives a chance of danger in the world. Also, real quick, I want there to be different modes. I want there to be kind of like, not like Minecraft, but this is how I'm thinking of it. There should be a air quote survival mode where basically you could respawn. There should also be a hardcore mode where you die, but there's chances for you to come back, like with Edo Tensei. If you have it set up, or you have a way for people to keep, let's say you had a subordinate that if you were to ever die, like how Madara told Obito to bring him back, something like that, and then you'd be brought back. It's either you be brought back in how do I put brought back with the purpose of being in a rebirth, or with the intention of just bringing you back, or the intention of using you. If you have enough knowledge of in the game, you have enough knowledge of to use about the Edo Tensei, you'd be able to undo it like Madara did, or use Genjutsu on yourself and you undo yourself like Itachi did. I'm trying to think of what else I was getting at. I realized like 2 minutes ago I was gonna say something else, but then I was kept going on about the I don't even know what I was going on about. But yeah, I think there should be the villages. Is it 7 villages? No, I don't remember. My brain is going on overload right now. But yeah, I think they should have all the villages. I think it should be Naruto type, but past that. And so you have every jutsu leading up, and maybe some Boruto jutsus too. But I don't want to include Boruto. Please don't. I want it to be stop. Basically, I don't care about in this universe what Naruto's kids were. I want basically there to be like the history, everything before, but basically kind of alternate. Like I want, Naruto defeated Naruto and Sasuke defeated Kaguya, and this and that, he became the Hokage, and then a couple decades after his death, I want the game to start, but I want to not be advanced. Like, why I mean advanced, I'm talking about skyscrapers. No, I don't want that. I want to be in the ninja world, like Naruto, like when he was a kid, like when he was in Shippuden, basically. Yeah, they have telephone poles, or they have like electric poles, and they maybe have TV of some sort. No, give or take, but something to a certain extent. I also want people to make this game. I want people who at least have the concept of Naruto. Or at least I would like fans of Naruto to make this game, like not just average fans. I'm talking about like people. They get people who know what they're doing, but are big fans of Naruto, or at least love Shippuden, or love get somebody who is a passion for them to make this game, and they want to make a game that they want to make, like Dead Matter I was talking about earlier. People who are making this game are making a game they want to play too. So I think that's about it for my for this. I just want to give you my idea for a Naruto game, and yeah, this is my new channel I'm starting, Brokage, and if you made it this far, thank you for listening. And so I will make more videos about the game idea, and I'll also start making more videos about Naruto in general. So thank you for listening, and expect more content to come your way. This is Brokage, and he's out.